Hey guys, welcome to another video. I am not in a position right now to record a video. I literally just got out of the shower. But you guys ever have shower thoughts? Yeah, that's what I had in the shower thoughts. So I was like, I can't let this inspired action slip through my fingers because I make notes on videos I want to record, and then the next day I'm like, I'm not feeling it anymore. I kind of lost the path of where I was going with this. So I'm going to do it and pretend this is me in the corner. We're going to be on Zoom call together and I'm just going to pretend to be writing on a whiteboard, okay? So just pretend that my mouth's talking and yeah, we're going to have loads of fun. So essentially, when we are manifesting, we want to be having fun, okay? We don't want to be putting in loads of effort, all the strategies, all the stuff that feels like literally work. Like, why do people make manifestation like a 9 to 5? Like, what? It's fun. It's magic. It's literally fantasy frequency that we're playing around with here. So why are we making it super serious and full of logic and full of it has to make sense and it has to be hard? Like, these are all limiting beliefs we're carrying around with us. We're addicted to suffering a lot of the time. We think something needs to be hard in order for it to mean that we deserve it. And that's what I call the deservingness shadow. So if you're in paid to exist, you'll know that this is a massive shadow. A lot of people don't go for things because they don't think they deserve it. But anyways, it doesn't need to be hard, guys. It doesn't need to be hard at all. And in fact, if you feel like you're not having fun and playing with manifestation, then this video is definitely for you. This means that you're putting in too much effort. So I'm going to describe a kind of manifestation, and if this sounds like you with manifestation, then this video is for you, and it means that you need to be having more fun. When you have more fun, it becomes more effortless and more enjoyable. And I'm going to tell you how to do that in a moment, as soon as we've gathered the people that need to hear this video. So say this is you. This is your lovely shiny manifestation over here. This is usually what happens with people with these kind of limiting beliefs, the manifestation shadows, all the things. So basically, let's say that you would like, literally, this is what I call fantasy freedom. This is my top value. I would like fantasy freedom. This is literally the ultimate passive princess life. I am literally a passive princess of the universe. The universe provides. We enjoy. We trust the universe. And this is your life. So you want passive princess freedom. Like, you want to live, travel, have fun, live in your feminine flow energy, if that resonates with you. And this is your ultimate life, just having fun, being you. The universe literally, like, money floods to you by you being you. You don't really have to do anything. You're just having fun being you, right? And you're on literally what I call the fantasy frequency at this point. You're literally magnetized by money. Money will literally float to you. People float to you because that's the frequency that you're on. Okay, so say you want this. This is what happens. So here's the first step we think we need to be doing, okay? So first of all, and this used to be me, just so you know, you need to have this ultimate freedom, do what you want all day, every day, that you need to have loads of money saved up. Okay, so therefore we need to have loads of money saved up. You know, all the financial bros tell you to do the FIRE movement, save up hundreds of thousands, live off the dividends, live off the investments, you know, all those kind of things, okay? This is what I'm into. You're watching the Gray and Stephans of the YouTube, okay? Those that get it, okay? This used to be me. Super masculine, super effort, super try. And if in order to get loads of money saved up, then you're like, right, I need to go and create a business. And this business needs to be profitable. It needs to also be giving me location freedom. It also needs to be something that I love doing, and then you XYZ, insert all the other things that it has to be. And then you have to do this business for a few years. And so therefore it needs to be a business that is, let's say, makes sense, is profitable, like we said here, and we need to have this business for a few years, and that's going to require hustle and lots of saving, lots of coupon crunching. Then finally we will have loads of money saved up, like maybe it's like £100,000 or a couple £100,000, some amount you've got in your mind, which means that you can then stop doing that business, invest your money, blah blah, go traveling. We come up with all of these things that needs to happen before we can have the thing over here, before we can have it. So then what turns out to be quite a simple desire over here turns out to be this super long and convoluted path derived from the logic, derived from the masculine mind rather than the feminine flow, which we're trying to attract, but we're doing the opposite. And this is effort here. This is literally, so this is what you're telling the universe. If this sounds like you, this is what you're telling the universe. You're telling the universe that it is untrustworthy. Let's get a better colour than this actually, because this is not very clear. You're telling the universe that it's untrustworthy because you have to come up with the path on how to get there. So like, you think you know best. You're also telling the universe that that you are a peasant. I don't know how to spell peasant, because I don't really write the word peasant very often, which is a good thing, I suppose. You're telling the universe that you're a peasant, but you're simultaneously telling the universe that you want a passive princess life of fantasy, freedom, and abundance. But you're telling the universe you're a peasant because you deserve this and not just this. Right? You're telling the universe, I want hustle. I want all of these things, this long, hard, convoluted path. This is what I deserve. You're telling the universe, this is what I deserve, and I deserve no less. And only then, when I have been through all of this hardship and struggle, then I deserve this. That's the boundary we're telling the universe. That's the energy we're giving it. So again, we want this fantasy level frequency and happiness and fulfillment and pure bliss, but we're literally giving out peasant frequency, hustle frequency, effort frequency. Like, what? Are we ever gonna get this? No, because we're giving out, we will get back what we give out. So if we give out this, we will give out a business that is constantly relying on hustle, constantly relying on launches to achieve new profits, to, hire staff. And then you just get stuck in this massive thing because you're constantly focused on this. And this is not good. And where your attention flows, energy goes. So you'll get more and more and more of this. And guess how I know this, guys? It's because I have been there. Every single thing on this page is something that I have learned to then teach you today to make sure you don't go down the same stupid path. I'm going to go that far to say that it's stupid, the same stupid path that I went on. I don't actually regret anything. I learned a lot here, and I really think that that's how I know so much now about this kind of thing, is because literally I've been there. But either way, this is something that you guys can avoid, and like, if you listen to the lessons, you don't have to go down this path, and you can just jump straight to the desired reality without going down this like really long convoluted path. So you're literally telling the universe that you are a peasant, you're unworthy of this, that you are that you know best because you think this is the best route. So you know the best. And you have the best way figured out. Even though there's infinite realities out there, you're a peasant who doesn't deserve to be provided for. You have to provide for yourself. When literally the universe exists and there's many ways that we can get paid to exist. That is what you're telling the universe. So now, if this is you, do you really want to continue telling the universe that you're a peasant, that you know best, and that the universe is untrustworthy? Because here's the thing, right? There is so many ways that you can achieve this life on the right here. There is so many infinite ways that you can get there. Say, for instance, this is the path of least resistance here. This is the path of your highest self. There is literally, this is how many paths there are of getting there, right? However many you want to, say, but either way, it's infinite. I'm here to tell you it's infinite. You already know that there's literally infinite realities out there that you could step into right now. You're choosing one, and you're also choosing one of the hardest paths. Because of your limiting beliefs, because of your deservingness shadow or your capability shadow, because of what society has told you, because of X, Y, Z, whatever the hell you want to tell people. But you're also suffering here, so technically you're addicted to the suffering. You're in this catch-22 of, when this happens, then I can have this. If I do this, then I can have this. And that is a massive deservingness shadow right there. Instead of just working on your inner work, shadow work, and then the light work to literally tell the universe and come up with a solid self-concept. So you know that you can have to hit this straight away. You know you can just jump. Like, this is literally you portal jumping here. This is what I call portal jumping. You skip all the nonsense that everyone goes through, including myself. You skip through all of this nonsense and you portal jump to here when you understand what's going wrong and you fix it. Here's something that a lot of people aren't, is they're not self-aware. Okay, they're stuck watching videos all day, every day on manifestation, looking for the answer, learning more things, learning more tips and tricks, and not actually doing the action. They're not even doing the action. They just think by learning and consuming and everything is going to be happening. And this was also me. Again, here I am to tell you, this was me. I'm the problem, it's me, okay? This is what I was doing before. The more I watched YouTube on finance and business and all the other rubbish, right? All the other how to make best businesses, best financial techniques and advice, and all the things, I don't know, how to manifest, all these things, right? The more I consumed, the more I thought I would be more, what's the word? Like, the more I would think that then I would be, oh my God, what is the word? I don't even know the word. I don't even know how to describe it now. Okay, the more I would be, like, qualified, okay? I'm going to say qualified. The more I consumed, the more I would be qualified. And then when I was qualified, then I would feel confident in myself. Because that's what I wanted. I needed confidence. Confidence to know that I can achieve this lifestyle. And deservingness, because obviously confidence comes from feeling deserving and worthy and capable. So by doing all of this, I just wanted confidence and deservingness, that I could just skip all of this and go straight to here. By doing all of this, I thought that then I would feel confident and worthy enough and qualified enough to have the desire, when I could have just skipped all of this out and gone and done the inner work, which would have took literally months instead of years, depending on how deep you are in it. And then I would have had the frequency, the belief system. I would be detached because I had the belief in myself that I could play and detach and just have fun, and I'd be on a high frequency because I've done the inner work. And then I'd have got this straight away within months without wasting years on an unaligned business if I'd have just done the inner work in the first place. And I am guessing that you guys know this, but it's a reminder that action isn't always valid action. Action in the form of this isn't always aligned action. It's not just because it's action, it doesn't mean it's aligned action. Action that looks like this comes from things like, I am not qualified, which means you lacking confidence. I haven't put enough effort in. I haven't worked hard enough. Therefore, I don't deserve it. Whatever you want, insert here. Whatever you're thinking, it's usually coming from a place of confidence or capable, deservingness, whatever it is. So what do we need to do instead? So let me think of a couple of ideas to give you that you can start working on for your inner work. Okay, so let's just get rid of... In fact, is there a fast way to do this? So obviously we want to do our inner work, but what kind of inner work do we need to be doing in order to get here as fast as possible? If you can hear me clicking the backspace button. So what are we going to do instead then? Let's change the colour to... Let's do purple. So we want the fantasy freedom. So what we need to be doing is taking aligned action, which is the light work, the happy work. We want to be expanding our energetic container, because when we expand our energetic container, we make ourselves available for more. So we think about chucking our old life in the bin. Chuck the old life in the bin. Assist the universe, guys, because the universe will chuck it in the bin if you don't. But it will come crashing down on you and it won't be pleasant. Also happened to me. So just do it nicely. Do it yourself, because if the universe does it, it's not going to look pretty. And you're going to probably feel like a victim, like the world's crashing down on you when you literally asked for it. So expanding the energetic container so you can hold more, which looks like your rubber band. So remember, we're here. We want a life that's here. So therefore, let's expand this rubber band and align with this life here, which involves uncomfortable situations. Putting yourself in more uncomfortable situations. Normalizing the manifestation. So normalizing the manifestation. So that then, not only are you available for it now, you have room for it, but also when you do attract it, you're not going to self-sabotage it and play hot potato with the desire. You're actually going to be able to keep it because you've done the expanding work. You've expanded your energetic container. You've done the nervous system work. So now you've normalized it. You can actually hold it. You've chucked your old life in the bin. Cool. Now you've got room for the new one. You've took the aligned action, which will usually look like, so another thing is discovering your values. What are your values? This will tell you your purpose. When you know your purpose, you can align your life with your purpose. And therefore have fun. Enjoy yourself. No pressure. And when you're having fun and there's no pressure, this is usually when you'll start earning money. It's usually through the path of least resistance that you earn the most money. And the best way to detach from your desire is to have fun and enjoy. Because let's be real, it's pretty hard to be stressed when you're having fun. It's pretty hard to think about how do I get to the end result when you're living in your purpose. How do I get to the end result? Well, just living in my purpose, just having fun. Like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just living in the life that I already want. So then also aligned action. Again, I'm going to mention it again. Aligning your current life with this life in every single way possible. Whatever this looks like to you, whether it's traveling, take small trips. If you want loads of freedom, create more freedom. Do less hours in your current business or work, whatever you're doing right now. Do less hours. Script. Journal. I journal every single day. It's the best way of self-discovery, especially when it comes to your values and your purpose and everything like that. Align yourself every single day with your future life. Journal every day. What I do is normal journaling, but also what I call manifestation journaling, which is where I journal. You know what, actually it's scripting. Why am I kidding myself? It's literally scripting. But I call it manifestation journaling, and it's literally where I just talk as if it's already happening. So I'll usually talk about how I'm grateful for my current life, everything I've got. But the thing is that now, because I've aligned my life so much with my dream life, what I'm grateful for right now is always the things that my current future self has. So if for example, I wanted to be a YouTuber, so I started YouTube, and then guess what, guys, then I can start journaling about being a YouTuber, because I actually am being a YouTuber. I actually am aligning my life. So now I can write about it because I'm taking aligned action on it, so I can actually talk about it now. I can say I'm so grateful for YouTube, I'm so grateful for my creativity, I'm so grateful for this, because I'm a YouTuber now. I started posting on YouTube, right? So now I can sit there and manifest journal, and I've already fused together my current life with my future life. Then I also wanted to dress more like my fantasy freedom self, passive princess life. I wanted to just start having so much more fun with life. I wanted to start living in a different realm. I literally couldn't be doing with the boring life that we live in. So I wanted to buy more princess dresses. So guess what I did? I took myself out for a shopping trip. I took aligned action last year, and I went and bought I went and bought 2 princess dresses. So then I could sit there and do my manifestation journaling and say, I'm so grateful for the way that I get to dress up. I'm so grateful for my princess dresses. I'm so grateful that I get to invest in myself this way. I took the money from investing in weird other things that I would have bought, like useless stuff, and I put that money, you don't need money, and I put that money in something else. I took the money from buying useless stuff and started putting it in courses that elevated me, expanded my energetic container because I was with other successful entrepreneurs, started learning about stuff that was actually going to get me there, rather than just the basic info that they give you in books and a lot of videos that's very like surface level, doesn't really get into the nitty gritty, the how to, the techniques, the journaling prompts, and everything like that. So I started putting myself in that sort of container, expanded myself in that way, and then before you knew it, all of the things that I wanted in this life of fantasy freedom, I was already living out in some aspect, which helped with my manifestation journaling. So one of my biggest things to do is aligned action in the form of literally doing the things that you want to do in your future life right now, no matter what scale that is. If you want to travel, fantasy freedom, going to Bali, dressing up like a fairy like me, start doing that right now. Go away for a couple of days, even if you can't go away for weeks on end. Just start doing the little actions, start doing the aligned actions, start doing your inner work to expand your energetic container, figure out your values, start having fun with your values, playing in your purpose. Then all of the things that people teach you on YouTube, like how to detach, how to believe, how to heighten your frequency, all things that I teach as well, so no shame there. But all of this will happen naturally when you start doing the inner work, which is this. But detaching and believing and frequency, they're all quite logical things, whereas the inner work is a lot of energetic work. So I'm going to stop there, or else I will be blabbing all evening, and I hope the video is still recording. But if you have any questions, leave them down below, and this voice note's been pretty fun, so I hope it helped you, and I'll either see you in another video or I'll see you inside Paid to Exist. Bye!